Okay, so what you want to do is go to www.ribbet.com. This is the page you're going to see when you get there. We're going to do the back to the basics processing, which is your first step in your workflow normally. So go ahead and click on the upload photos. A box is going to open and it will show you all the folders that you have on your computer. You go to the one that you're looking for and select your picture. I had put the picture I'm going to use for this on the desktop, so I'm going to click on that. It's going to upload it. It'll bring you to this page. And this is what the picture currently looks like, straight out of the camera, unprocessed. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here on the left. Now you have the option to auto fix it, but I don't like to use it. It doesn't always do it correctly, I suppose. So I'm going to click on that so you can see what it does. And it brightened it up a little. And in this case, the auto fix did work correctly. So I'm going to leave it alone. And I'm going to go back over to the left. I'm going to hit colors. And then I'm going to hit auto colors to see what it does. And it very, very slightly changed the photo. It has a slighter bluer tint to it. It looks fine to me, so I'm going to leave it. And I'm going to go over here and hit the apply. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the exposure. You have the option again for auto exposure. I don't normally use it. It doesn't usually expose the photo correctly, but I'm going to click it so you can see what it does. And it didn't do anything. Had I not liked the changes that it made, then I would have just hit cancel and it would have reverted it back to where it was prior. I like my pictures a little brighter, so I'm going to go ahead and adjust my exposure. Let's see if I can figure this auto stuff out. This is the first time I've used my camera for anything, and it's not really focusing too well here. It's like freaking out on me. So let's see what that does. Sorry. Maybe put it in manual focus. I don't know why it's being like that. Alright. Well, anyway, you're on the left hand side. You can move your adjusters, which is what I'm doing. You can see how the photo is changing a little bit when I move them left or right. Right makes it brighter, left makes it darker. And I'm going to just bump it up to about a 10 because I like my photos brighter. And then you have the choice for highlights, and what that does is it brings out all your whites and light colors. If I move that up too much, do you see what it does? It washes out your image and makes it extremely ridiculously bright. And I'm just going to bump it up a tad to like a 9. And then you have shadows underneath that. And you can see if I pull it all the way to the right, it makes all my darks really, really, really dark. You pull it to the left and it makes them lighter. I'm going to bump it a little bit at about 21. Next you have your contrast. You bring it over too much, that's what it does to your image. Well, let's adjust this focus again. Hopefully my next one will be a little bit better, but like I said, I've never used my camera video recorder, so it's new. New for me. Oh, there we go. Alright, now you can see what's happening. That's what happens when you put your contrast up too high. If you put it down too low, then you get that type of image. I'm not real big with the contrast, but I do like it sometimes. So I'm going to bump mine up to about 15, which you can see right there. These are all your features right over here. We're on the exposure right now. So I seem to really like the way it looks so far, so I'm going to go ahead and hit apply. Next thing you want to do is, if you want to crop your image, then you go up and you hit crop. Make sure that you pull your nubs all the way to the corners, so that way you get the actual size. And then you're going to want to go over and you're going to want to make sure you hit scale photo. That way, when you pull the nubs back down, your photo is actually the correct size. You can see where I'm moving it. The light spots is the crop area and whatnot. You don't want your photos to be not equal in size. So what I want to do is just take out a little bit of the background. I want to leave my sun in it by the tree because I think that it, really adds some interesting features to the photo. So I got that situated, and I'm going to go back over to the left and I'm going to hit apply. And you can see what it does. It brings it out a little more. Now, if you wanted to rotate your image, you have the button on the left that says rotate. You can flip it, you can turn it, you can straighten it. Here, you can see what I'm doing just by playing with this slider, left and right. And I'm not sure, yeah, I think I'll straighten it a little bit. You can see what I'm doing. So that's done. Your next option and your last option, if you're just processing, would be to sharpen. Again, it's on your left hand side. You have the option up top for sharpness. You pull your slider and it adds coloring too much. I don't usually use the sharpness feature. I use the clarity because I like how it works better. And I just pulled it over to about 13%, hit apply, and this is the final image. It's really, really simple and easy. So go try it, do your before and after pictures and post them over in the group, and let's see how well you did.